Coming up, there's an embarrassing moment as Fred Dinage asks two netball players when they last had sex with a man.
Well, welcome to the old course at Royal St Andrews, where Gary Player is on the tricky 18th hole, and they don't call this golf's most treacherous hole for nothing.
No, a lot of men have died on this hole.
And there seems to be a problem here for Player. Is it an ant, I wonder? He's having a good look. And, no, I think it's a worm there. That makes it trickier because you can play off an ant.
No, you can't.
You can play off an ant, but it's a penalty stroke for a worm.
Well, no, it's a penalty stroke for an ant. You can play through a worm.
What if it's an ant worm?
A what?
An ant worm.
There's no such thing.
There is in the Amazon.
Well, here comes the judge anyway. He'll make the correct ruling whether it's an ant or a worm.
Or ant worm.
Look, we're at St Andrews. You won't find an Amazonian antworm here.
There's a fair contingent of players from South America on the course. It'd be quite simple for an antworm to crawl into one of their golf bags en route to the airport.
Wouldn't survive the flight.
Yes, it would. The Amazonian antworm is, of course, the hardiest creature in the southern hemisphere.
What about the cockroach?
Well, that would be a free drop.
Well, the way Gary's pointing, that's an ant for me.
If it's an antworm, he'll have his finger off.
Well, whatever creature it happened to be, the judge seems to have made his ruling.
So what's Gary doing here?
He's taking a free drop.
It must have been a cockroach.
Well, Shane, did you ever think it would come to this?
Commentating on women's cricket? Nah, it's the pits, mate.
Yeah, and worse, we're still in England.
Well, I warned you, Bruce, but you did insist on sticking your didgeridoo into the boss's wife's didgeridoo.
What do you mean you warned me? You were filming it, mate.
Yeah, well, it's too late now, isn't it? Let's just take it on the chin, eh?
What, like she did?
Yeah.
Anyway, England won the toss and decided to try to bat.
Yeah, not sure what's more shocking, that we're watching women's cricket or that the Poms got to 42 without losing a wicket.
Well, and that
Oh, yeah.
is the first ever recorded overthrow in the history of women's cricket. Tell me, do they use a box, these girls?
Depends how small they are, I reckon.
No, that is short and wide.
No, it wasn't that bad a ball.
I meant the batsman.
Ah. So, anyway, after their good start, England suffered their familiar collapse to 48 all out, so Australia batting now.
And I reckon we could be in trouble here, because England have brought their fastest bowler on. Hang on. Look out, I think she's open with a slow-motion replay.
Oh, if she bowls a slower ball, it's going to go backwards.
Come on, girls, there's a run on here.
Yeah, oh dear, that is a shambles. She clearly shouted no, no, no.
Yeah, to be fair, though, mate, that usually means yes. In my experience, anyway.
Well, she's taking it lying down.
Sometimes it's the only way. Hello and welcome, water skiing fans, to the blue ribbon event of the water skiing year. Live from the Thames, it's Brown Water Skiing.
Thames really doing the country proud. It looks absolutely filthy.
It does. The sun glinting gloriously on the golden streaks of urine in the water.
Well, you say water, John, it's probably no more than 30% liquid, actually. In fact, they say on a hot day you can run on it.
Really? Well, Leslie Coburn from Australia is next up onto the sewage, following the wash of the boat there. Though obviously most of what you can see there is toxic scum. And as she limbers up now with a few little tricks, it must make you want to get back out there again, Tony.
Well, sadly that's not going to happen, John. That mouthful of Hudson River water I swallowed in the US Masters has killed every nerve ending in the right side of my body.
That is a shame, but I'll tell you what, she seems to have lost a ski here.
Yeah, that will have dissolved.
Well, that shows you just how supremely polluted this Thames water is, and I have to say, from up here, the stench is quite overpowering.
It's the European finals in Gdansk all over again.
It is. Well, Leslie hoping to improve on her disappointing performance on the Ganges when she swallowed the ashes of a recently deceased guru. And the International Brown Water Federation, they've made a few changes, haven't they, this year, Tony?
Yeah, well, you see that there, those pink plastic containers bobbing on the surface. They'll be leaking the regulation mix of acidic solvents and bleaches, standardised by the IBWF to maintain the integrity of brown water sports.
Well, gone are the days when you could just empty a latrine into the river and get skiing, which is a shame in many... Oh, look out, she's in! Wow, that is brilliant.
A full face-down immersion. Superb. Well done, Leslie. Keep your mouth shut, girl, but she'll be pleased with that.
Well, here it is again.
Yeah, and already you can see Leslie there working her jaw muscles, ready to clench at the moment of entry.
Because, of course, you must remember she's currently skiing through nappies, turds and used condoms.
Yeah, and Leslie, famous for her slight overbite. It's a bit of a weakness at this level, though her smaller than average mouth and superior lip control, there you go, should help her achieve a watertight seal. Well done, girl.
They're off extremely fast indeed, and a little bit worryingly straight towards the harbour. Oh, my God, Felicity's in the gift shop. Shall they pulverised? Still, I suppose I am the main beneficiary. Back to the race, and it really is hotting up now, that's for sure. There's Propeller Shirts. Actually, probably shouldn't mention the company, free advertising and all that. Sorry, won't happen again. Well, there's the popular cigarette brand, one I smoke myself occasionally. Who doesn't enjoy the refreshing taste of a Marlboro? Oh, damn. Oh, what the hell? Look out! Look out! What's that ship doing there? Hasn't a chance of winning, surely. Oh, dear me. Smoke billowing out of the Marlboro boat. Rather ironic. Smoke, Marlboro. Actually, probably shouldn't say Marlboro again. Oh, I've said it again there. I'll tell you what, let me just balance it all out by saying Benson and Hedges, Rothmans, Silk Cut, and Lambert and Butler. Good, right, back to the race. Oh, and Piccadilly. So, we pick up the action. Here's the Mum Champagne boat. Oh, damn, I've done it again. Here goes Veuve Clicquot, Bollinger, Dom Perignon, Krug, my personal favourite. I mean, I like them all. What? Well, we've just had a call from the makers of Hamlet cigars, a little bit upset to be left out. They've asked me to point out that Hamlet is a cleaner, milder smoke. OK, now that really is it. Back to the race. What? No, I will not mention Asti Spumante in the same breath as champagne. That's absurd. Here's the Penthouse boat. Oh, really? Oh, no. Mayfair, Playboy, Men Only, Club International, Razzle, Hot and Horny Housewives, Ladies in Leather, Orifice. Oh, and my personal favourite, Butt Plug Gazette.
Oh, lovely arm work there. Now, Wendy, you may be interested to hear, works in her local Woolworths.
Really? In Wakefield?
What? Over she goes?
On the high street?
Yes, next to the butcher's. Yes, she's in the children's clothing department at the moment, but says her ambition is one day to be put in charge of the pick and mix.
Just as long as she doesn't help herself to too many. She wants to keep that trim little figure.
Yes, look at that bending right over and back on their feet there. She told me earlier, in fact, she gets rather annoyed when schoolboys pluck out a marshmallow twist with their fingers.
Oh, I hate that too. Well, Wendy and I have that in common.
Oh.
Yes, you should always use the plastic shovel.
Well, shovel, you say? I'd say it's more like a small coal scuttle, isn't it?
Maybe I should ask Wendy. Oh, look at that. Oh, that was a lovely little shake there, a tremor coursing through their two young bodies in a single rush.
I bet young Susan there is a very popular girl at the school disco.
I should say, she really is quite a mover, dancer.
That's not what I mean. Susan, you know, looks the type to give the boys what they want.
Yes, and Wendy?
Wendy looks very much like a church-going girl. No one's getting anything other than an over-the-jumper fondle until she's married.
Right, yes. So which one is Susan again?
Susan is the russet-haired one.
Oh, the ginger one. I should have known. They're always battling for popularity, aren't they? Which is why they have no other choice than to give themselves. Their nubile bodies trying to be accepted and...
Sometimes, you know, just an enthusiastic hand in the right place will do the trick.
That's what it takes to get a girl out of the ginger ghetto. Who are we to judge?
Oh, Susan.
What are they doing there, inviting us in? Oh, Susan.
Next up, surfing the shit, it's Karen Faulkner, who of course won in China at the Yangtze Brown Water Invitation event.
It's a tough course, the Yangtze, famously foul water. They say the rare Yangtze dolphin was blinded by the pollution.
As was British hopeful Julie Carraway, of course, and if you're watching, Julie, or rather listening, we hope you're enjoying our coverage.
Yeah, there's diseases in that water that don't have antidotes.
Tony, they don't even have names.
No.
And of course, we have to thank the sponsors, the Dobronsky and Johnson Plastics factory just round the bend, whose unregulated outflow is enriching today's course.
Yeah, a little bird tells me they've generously agreed to not clean up their latest spillage of industrial chemical pollutants until after next year's championships at the very earliest, so well done to them.
And Karen Faulkner, of course, reaping the benefits of that. Look at that, that's truly disgusting water.
She's lost a leg.
The ladies getting their flowers there. This is what they really compete for. Not interested in the medals at all, really. They'll want to get those in water as soon as possible. Lovely smiles there, except the one in the middle. Her legs aren't quite as shapely as the others. She's rightly covering them up. But it's marvellous to see these ladies at the top level of sport. I suspect, though, there are 3 hungry men at home who'll disagree.
Well, here we are at Northampton Stadium for the Stock Car Championships of Northamptonshire, and I'm joined by Sally Willis to help describe the great action here today.
Hello. Yes, I was scheduled for the show jumping, you know.
Well, I'm very glad you're here with me, Sally. It's been a while since I was cooped up on such a hot day as this with a very pretty lady like yourself, and may I just say how much I like your top?
Can you keep your eyes on the cars, please?
Absolutely, yes.
And would you mind moving your hand?
Sally, I am sorry, forgive me, it is a little bit cramped in here.
Only on my side. Looks like quite a good race there. We've got the 157.
Yes, there's some cars there and some other cars as well. It really is wonderful to have one of those fairest sex in with me today, Sally. The general view of stock car racing is it's a bunch of overgrown school kids bashing cars up, but I can't think of a more perceptive person to have with me than you to help dispel that stupid myth.
Oh, that's very kind.
Not at all.
It is a new experience for me, but, you know, I'll try anything once.
Will you? Well, I'll bear that in mind, eh? Sorry, one for the boys, I couldn't resist it. Seriously, the combination that you bring, though, of, oh, I'm sorry about this, Sally. I'm sorry, we won't linger. The cameraman, he finds these girls in the crowd. I disapprove, personally, but he'll cut away in a minute. Have you got a bikini like that at all?
No.
Sorry, camera 3 should have pulled himself off by now.
Oh,
well, I don't mean
God.
pulled himself. You're right to disapprove. There's no room for that sort of thing in the modern age. This is the 1970s. One of them's mine, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not interested, to be honest.
It's worth knowing if you missed the last train, that's all I'm saying. It's the caravan next to the orange tent there. Doors always open, no need to knock. Actually, you better add knock. Sally?
Well, gone are the days when you could just empty a latrine into the river and get skiing, which is a shame in many... Oh, look out, she's in! Wow, that is
A
brilliant.
full face-down immersion. Superb. Well done.
Oh, I hate that too. Well, Wendy and I have that in common. Yes, you should always use the plastic shovel.
Well, shovel, you say? I'd say it's more like a small coal scuttle, isn't it?
Maybe I should ask Wendy. Oh, look at that. That was a lovely little shake there, tremor coursing through their two young bodies in a single rush.
Well, gone are the days when you could just empty a latrine into the river and get skiing, which is a shame in many... Oh, look out, she's in! Wow, that is
A
brilliant.
full face-down immersion. Superb. Well done.
Oh, I hate that too. Well, Wendy and I have that in common. Yes, you should always use the plastic shovel.
Well, shovel, you say? I'd say it's more like a small coal scuttle, isn't it?
Maybe I should ask Wendy. Oh, look at that. That was a lovely little shake there, tremor coursing through their two young bodies in a single rush.
Well, gone are the days when you could just empty a latrine into the river and get skiing, which is a shame in many... Oh, look out, she's in! Wow, that is
A
brilliant.
full face-down immersion. Superb. Well done.
Oh, I hate that too. Well, Wendy and I have that in common. Yes, you should always use the plastic shovel.
Well, shovel, you say? I'd say it's more like a small coal scuttle, isn't it?
Maybe I should ask Wendy. Oh, look at that. That was a lovely little shake there, tremor coursing through their two young bodies in a single rush.